Miawenya javio cho ajatome. Miawenya amamaku makupla hombialao. We are the children of Ajah from Ajatome. And we are the avengers of the living. It was this event that broke the harmonious relationship between Toko Atolia and the other people. Before then, their relationship was a beauty for the eye to behold. Unfortunately, things fell apart. But the other people took chance of this and fled from the walls of Ngochie through their mystical machinations and mechanisms. Our people says, there is no longer route farther than a village. So upon their arrival at their present settlement, a kingdom was formed. Rules and regulations were established. The spirits of the gods were called to protect. And Toko Atolia did the fortification. These rules and regulations were meant to protect the morality and the spirituality of the society.
Miato, Togbi banyabe ngolo. Abado mahia, miachi afia. Ba odolo, ba odo. Baya sabiado akamanya kaboy. Kedatoro, kedatoro. Baya sabiado akamanya kaboy. Kao bodo unya ya odo. Kao odo akamanya kaboy. Kao bodo unya ya odo. Kao odo akamanya kaboy. Kao odolo, kao odo. Baya sabiado akamanya kaboy. Anglo cloche kololo. Nakachi de kano joma binu. Anglo godolevi. Zunome masemenya. Hejra kataka. Ebe da zire wotetegbe. Gama no galingo. Gai chopere wotetegbe. Anuma no dogbo toje glinao. Avli. Togbi vanyabe yenglo. To wit, he has quelled. Hence the name Anglo. These rules and regulations of the Anglo people were no respecter of person or titles. There was justice for all and everywhere. So, Toko Atolia was a destination for deviants in society. And it was the fifth landing stage, separated from human settlement.
Sammy, the elders know that someone raped me. I take my dad possession.
Shami, let my people know that I have heard them, and I and my elders shall find solutions to such reckless and irresponsible behavior in all quarters of Anglo-Juko. Shami, go get me Mama Teshi.
Tabui, these crimes are not accepted. Yes, they are aliens, and we must not give room to this act to prevail.
Executioners, go get me that Zomelu.
We have to banish them.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Kalame Mathieu,
Jonu juvio kalame matie.
boy me
Madolo. Jonu juvio kalame matie.
Kalame Mathieu,
Jonu juvio kalame matie. Oibe madolo. Jonu juvio kalame matie.
Shami, sino ada togi bobo mavado.
Mama Teshi,
Togi.
you are welcome to my palace. It's Zomelu again. Another rape case leveled against him. Kindly consult with the gods to find out whether he's guilty or not.
Hojedo. Horota. Hoiho. Hojedo. Horota. Hoiho. Hojedo. Horota. Hoiho. Tagyo. Mama o. Maniba. Moya mira vomo. Dogba jiwe ma yomiro. Mi va kanya mana. Tagi.
Mama Teshi, what are the gods saying?
Somalo Chiakama. Somala is guilty.
No! Not again. That stickingly insolence must not go unpunished. As a duty, I decree that you take Zomelu out of my sight to Toko Atolia, and as tradition demands, before you correct me.
The traditions of the Anglo people are against murder, rape, theft, evil sorcery, and any other related crimes. But for anyone to be sent to Toko Atolia, he and his death is not seen as a punishment, but as an act of spiritual cleansing for the entire community. It was then believed that his death and his spirit needed to be prevented from entering the community when he reincarnated. Toko Atolia do not have any title or position on who should come. Even chiefs and elders are subjected. But there is a twist. If you are a chief, it is not widely announced. But then they say, hey, Inugba, to wait, he's gone somewhere. But if you are an ordinary individual, yours is widely announced. And your parents have that consent signed.
drums you just heard, Nyedazan, Nyegboza, announces the execution of the culprit Zomelo. The male drum, Nyedazan, Nyegboza, meaning we went by night and came by night. And the female drum responds to that of the male drum, Bawo, Nyegbenye, meaning your decision stands. The message of the drums and their role as male and female is a personification of father and mother and their respective customary role in Anglo tradition. After the execution, there is a spiritual cleansing in the form of hand washing performed by the executioners at a well known as Holy Povudo, which still exists in Angloga. An article of clothing is hoisted to serve as a deterrent to the Anglo communities. The head of the culprit is left hanging until the evildoer is fed on by the vultures. This place is Toko Atolia, Zomelo, Evimasatungwa, Angoka, Rukwatuni. The art of execution is known as Enyifopokoramaji, which can be likened to the modern-day firing squad. Contrary to external judgment of Toko Atolia as barbaric, yes, barbaric, the practice was predicated on well-taught principles. To date, Anglo expects every worthy Anglo citizen to know these principles. Some parents reprimand their children by saying, well, these the old days, you would have been consigned to Toko Atolia. Although the practice of Toko Atolia doesn't exist anymore, but the Anglo memory of it remained from generation to generation in the poetic performance of Togbi III, the second's valedictory speech, as a reaffirmation of Anglo principles. Children, forget not the saying, evildoer are the ruin of the nation. Therefore, my children, let every crime be punished. The wayward be corrected. The liar must acknowledge the sovereignty of truth. Debt must be discouraged. Theft, adultery, and evil practice of sorcery must not be tolerated in our land of Anglo. Vigno, Nieganglebo, Nouveau Wala, or to Balaoya, Migbanyana Miavio, Ayemia Hore Georgina Bliboma. What Toia Dula, Alabana Agba, Quenya Miato. Of Utomi la Cladra. A clinue mia dorovo adachiage. No vivo a clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Jimalapo mia jujo. A clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Nanya vio clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Jimalapo clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Nanya vio clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Jimalapo clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Nanya vio clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Jimalapo nagubo clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Nanya vio clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Jimalapo nagubo clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Nanya vio clinue mia dorovo adachiage. Malakba bladu akpanami.
All right. The very essence why tradition must be handed down from generation to generation. But please take note that the human head you see on stage is not a real one. It's called makeup and effects. Thank you very much. And all three of you were very attentive. So I think this time around, I'll give all three of you the opportunity to comment on this performance. I'll start with Dr. PJ.
Makafui.
Sir.
You are very bold.
Thank you, sir.
To be able to enact this history. We have learned a lot, and I believe our children will be learning that our people were not evil. Whatever they did had a reason. I wish to say, if we were to deal with this with the galamsey, things would have changed. But whatever it is.
We would have had 1 million human heads.
Your costumes were so good,
Thank you, sir.
depicting the past.
Thank you, sir.
And then symbolism, the symbols that you used. I must say that highly impressed about this performance. A total theater, a total cultural display. Thank you very much.
All right, and that's coming from the theater critic, Dr. Apieje. Janet, what do you say?
Makafui,
Auntie.
miawe wodolo, ejagbanto. I enjoyed your voice and the dance. I was almost dancing with you. Do you remember? I saw you dancing, making some moves as well.
Yeah.
When I look at your crew, I was most impressed by the young talents on stage. They were really authentic, and I love the music, I love the enactment, and what I love most, of course, because we are in modern times, so there's rule of law, but what I like most is the fact that you mentioned that it's about the principles in the Anglo land. If only 80% of Ghanaian families and communities will abide by those principles, we would be a long, long way gone in Ghana. So thank you for bringing that up. And I encourage everybody, if you are not principled already, please be principled. Otherwise, you will go to where? Where is that place?
Toko Atolia.
Toko Atolia is waiting for you. Well done, Ejagba.
All right. Jubari, I'm adding you to this one. What do you say?
Yeah, I was just going to add my voice and just say, exceptional performance.
Thank you.
Ejagbanto. You had us fully engaged, and for me, just like someone has talked about total theater principles, I think the lessons, a lot of lessons in it, every single area, from the narration, and starting with the custom. And my goodness, Makafui, today you were at your most confident.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Makafui.